Today is a bus day, and I am headed to Nebraska City. So if it looks like there's some fun things to share with you about my trip in Nebraska City, I will take you along for the ride. Otherwise, this was a wasted video. Well, here we are at the Arbor Day Farm, and time to get out of the bus seat. And so let's go see what I can find here in Nebraska City's Arbor Day Farm. Smelled amazing inside of there. I think maybe I'll have to exchange my peanut butter and jelly sandwich for a barbecued pork sandwich from Inside Porter's. It is beautiful down here. Beautiful, absolutely perfect day for being at the Arbor Day Farm. Look at that tree, it's massive. Speaking of that tree, it says that it is a bur oak and is more than 200 years old. the lone survivor of an old oak savanna ecosystem. Interesting. Guess this is the definition of not being able to see the forest for the trees. A little bit of a vineyard there growing. And across the road over there is the Arbor Day Mansion. So I think we'll head over there here soon. Historic barns. These barns are the most historic structures at the Arbor Day Farm. All of the buildings are connected, a rarity in the Midwest, built at the turn of the 20th century to support orchard and farm operations. The barns were the center of activity on the Morton estate. Oh boy, this looks like it'd be a wonderful place for an event. Gorgeous. Perfect for a wedding. Now I'm on the grounds of the Arbor Day Mansion. Not a very wide driveway. Of course, this isn't used anymore, but it would have been used with carriages and horses. And fun to think about that time era and what it was like. Trees were probably way smaller. I'd love to go through that, but I'm gonna have to come back when I have more time because it sounds like you could spend half a day inside there. 52 rooms. 52 rooms to explore. Cost is $9 for adults, so not a bad deal, but definitely not enough time right now for the day. 52 rooms. Goodness, 3 families could live in there. This is the Carriage house. Oh, maybe I better go explore that. This says her name is Caroline. Caroline Ann Joy French Morton, born August of 1833, died June 29, 1881. married Julius Sterling Morton on October 30, 1854. She was the mother of Joy Paul, Mark, and Carl Morton, and the matron of the house. Apple cider press. These were all used by the Mortons at some point. This one was used by J. Sterling Morton, as was this one. That is a stagecoach that says operated from Nebraska City, Nebraska to Lexington, Nebraska from 1867 to 1871, I believe. At one time, it was driven by Buffalo Bill Cody. And this is the tack room and stables. Western riding saddle, owned by J. Sterling Morton and was a gift to Mr. Morton from President Diaz of Mexico. And there's a woman's side saddle. Leaving the mansion area now, headed back to where the kids are and the bus, which is just across the road. And there are all the kids. Headed for lunch. So I did decide to treat myself to a brisket sandwich instead of my peanut butter and jelly. What the heck? I just got a junior. It's just a little guy. Just enough. Let's see, this way is the orchard, or part of the orchard anyway. I'm sure that this is not the only orchard. Inside one of the greenhouses here. I'm trying to get the song of that cardinal, and every time I stop, he stops. Okay, so I'll try to read this to you really quick. Sort of out of breath too, but in the 1850s, when J. Sterling Morton was establishing his home near Nebraska City, most of the Nebraska territory was still prairie. Tall prairie grass covered the landscape as far as the eye could see. In eastern Nebraska, along the rivers, there were trees, mostly cottonwood, along the streams with bur oak and hickory and wooded upland areas along creeks. But occasionally rising out of the prairie were scattered pockets of bur oak, somewhat removed from streamside environments. These areas were referred to as oak savannas. Bur oaks, with their thicker bark, were more resistant to the prairie fires that frequently swept across the plains. For the weary pioneers heading west, these trees provided shade, timber, and a nostalgic reminder of the trees and forests they'd left back home. Remnants of oak savannas are still found at Arbor Day Farm. These open grass fields with scattered bur oaks provide a perfect habitat for all kinds of wildlife. Over 180 species of birds can be found at Arbor Day Farm. Well, that concludes my little trip through the forest. I didn't find the really fun tree adventure, but if you have kids, that's quite a bit of fun, actually. Probably really crowded with all the kids by now. There's a lot of fun things to do here if you're trying just to find a place away from the city and escape from the hustle bustle of everything that goes with it. Well, that concludes my trip through the Arbor Day Farm, mansion, barns, forest, walkway. Now I'll make my way back over to the bus, get ready for the kids to head home. So I bought this book inside the visitor center, and I didn't buy it for me. I thought quite possibly it would be a lot of fun to have a giveaway of some kind, and then also this great sticker. So here's my thought. I've never done a giveaway on YouTube before. I have on Facebook, but since I have way more followers on the YouTube, it's way more of an opportunity for somebody to receive something for free, right? So depending on how fast I can get this video up on my page, and depending on what is going on with the rest of my life at the time, because the next several days I think is going to be a little bit on the harried side, let's shoot for the drawing to be held on Sunday, May 14th. Oh gosh, that's Mother's Day. Oh, that would be fun. Let's do that. Let's try to shoot for May 14th Mother's Day giveaway. Leave a comment by letting me know if you've been in Nebraska, what is your favorite part? If you have never been to Nebraska, what is it that you would like to see? That might be fun. And I will draw the winning name on Sunday, Mother's Day. Hey Jim and I really hope that you enjoyed today's daily update. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up for us? We'd like to know that. And be sure to hit the subscription button and the bell notification so that you know when the next video is up and ready to watch. Thank you, and we're so glad you're along with us for the journey.